Okay, here we are doing another Batman review podcast, and tonight we're going to be doing the Batman Beyond movie, Return of the Joker, featuring the futuristic Batman of Terry McGinnis, and I'll let these gentlemen give you a rundown on it because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, Brian, it's your movie.
Oh man, no pressure.
What's the one paragraph version?
One paragraph version being, this is a chance for the new Batman, Terry McGinnis, to deal with an old villain.
Which didn't really happen all that much in the cartoon.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
Mr. Freeze, and that's about it.
Yeah, no. He was the only real past villain you dealt with, except for one. It was Mr. Freeze, Ra's al Ghul.
Sort
of.
Yeah.
And then
Bane has a cameo. He doesn't fight him.
You know. And then of course this having its own movie dedicated to it because it is Batman's his arch nemesis. So that was the big deal with that one. And I guess that's something else that some people should know is that this is down the line. This is direct in line with the animated series from the
90s.
The old 90s.
Yes.
A much beloved anime too.
Yes. Like, this is years down the road. Bruce Wayne's retired. He quit.
Yeah.
He gave up on it.
Yeah, he's even older than he was in Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair in this even, isn't he?
No.
Or is he on a cane? It's a cane.
Yeah, he's just got...
Yeah, I remember he was like crippled, or handicapped.
Hey, he kicks some ass with that.
He has been crippled before, but he's only handicapped now.
No, like in Batman Beyond, it's really funny the couple times he has to fight somebody.
He just whacks him with the cane.
Because like, he's not really handicapped. It's just he can't be Batman anymore. Like he's still like the most hard ass 75-year-old in Gotham. You just can't be Batman and be 75.
He is.
So he's Clint Eastwood.
He is the old man that was on the bus that beats up that black guy.
Yes.
And he's like, call the ambulance.
he's the unknown badass.
Yeah.
No, I've always me and my roommate and my best friends with these guys too, Adam Pritchard. We have constantly tried to cast a live action of this ourselves. Clint Eastwood has to be Bruce Wayne for this.
Absolutely.
Has
There's another
to.
acceptable answer.
Because that's the only person who looks and acts old and bitter enough.
Yeah.
The Batman in this universe.
He's crazier than Bruce Wayne though,
A little
but you
bit.
can edit around that.
Yeah.
Yelling at empty chairs.
He'd be making like racial jokes. That should be like slurs. You mean to tell me there's spooks robbing a damn train station? Like what? You can't say that in Hollywood.
You made up for that with Gran Turismo.
No, I made it worse with Gran
You made it worse.
No, it's the whole point of that movie is all old men are racist, but they'll do the right thing.
Basically, yeah.
Sure. Well, let's make that the
It's
takeaway.
just Archie Bunker in an action movie.
Because he takes in the Asian kid. Yeah, so he's only kind of racist. But
He just says things.
right.
Yeah.
He's just like George Collins says, you get old, stop caring about what people think about what you say, he's like, whatever.
Okay. So who would you cast as Terry McGinnis if you've given this so much
I
thought?
don't
Because
know.
I have no clue.
That's constantly flip-flop.
Now, in Dark Knight Rises, I wish instead of what's his name being called Robin.
That's what I was just about to
he would've
say.
got called Terry McGinnis.
That's what I was
Or
just about to
or
say.
just Terry.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I've always kind of
Yeah.
thought of him as being a good like canon or idea for this role, but I mean, he's a little too old though. I mean, you need someone really like a little bit younger.
Yeah, you need a roughly 17, 18-year-old-ish.
Well, which in Hollywood that means under
Very,
25.
yeah.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna have to
That
say, I mean, Keanu Reeves has. I'm joking. Stop there.
No, like he's
I'm
gonna.
Batman. Whoa. Like just freaking out.
That's the Joker. Whoa!
Okay, now best movie ever: Keanu Reeves as Batman versus Nicolas Cage as Scarecrow. Best movie ever. Gary Busey as the Joker.
Gary Busey
Yes!
as the Joker, dude. Fuck yeah, Clint Eastwood is old Batman. Like, come on. Perfect.
This movie got so much better.
Why has this not been pitched to Hollywood? Like, are you serious?
Well, I guess as always, we can hope Hollywood hears this.
Yeah.
They haven't heard anything else we've come up with, but maybe this is the one.
Wee Man is the penguin. Like, he somehow lost weight.
No, man, I'm sorry. I'd ask Danny DeVito to do it again.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah,
Or
Danny
Dick Cheney.
DeVito. Just keep Dick Cheney as
Too
the
evil.
penguin.
Too evil. It's not funny anymore, guys.
I'm sorry, let's face it, into that campaign, he started looking a bit like the penguin anyway. Gas prices, man!
John McCain is the Mad Hatter. It's just like, since we're making it political now.
Yeah. I've been prepared for this.
Yeah,
Hey, let's face it, I mean, the U.S. government at this point seems about effective as Arkham itself, so
The U.S. government is the League of Doom. The UN is JLA.
they try to regulate, keep them in line, but it's not going well.
Okay, so in hindsight, what did y'all think of Batman Beyond? Because I rather liked it.
I like it.
I liked it as an animated series. Since I own the whole series now, I got to finally.
Obviously, I liked it.
Well, no, I finally got to, like, as a kid, I never recalled seeing the final episode, so I got to finally watch the final episode.
Yeah, it's weird because
it was a drop, because that's back when, like, the WB and everybody was going through this weird.
Yeah, they expect
point.
another season.
Well, yeah, and it's not even that, but like I said, that's back when like the WB and Cartoon Network, they weren't really sure what to do with some of their animated properties, and so it got to the point to where certain series like Batman Beyond, they didn't know they were done until like they had a certain episode written.
Yeah.
Like in the case of Batman Beyond, they wrote one episode. It was supposed to be like the season 2 ender, but it's like they wrote that, drew it out, filmed and voiced everything for it, and then like day before it aired, the WB was like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, you're canceled now."
Do you know what was almost the follow-up to Batman Beyond?
I know. I heard it was supposed to be like a Justice League thing.
No, Justice League is the successor.
Oh, okay.
That is what was the succession, but what was almost the succession was Gotham High.
Ugh.
Smallville with Bruce Wayne.
Ugh.
Animated.
Gotham High.
Yeah, there's one concept art picture you can find on the internet, and this is like late '90s, early 2000s. So like Harley Quinn and the Joker, the goth kids.
Wait, this is random, but I might be wrong, but I know that at one point they were talking about a Batman Beyond live action, and they were going to use Will Smith. Am I right there? Let's see if I can look it up.
I mean, I know he just now got casted for Deadshot.
There actually is a low
You did
budget
that.
live action Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah, there were chit chats about that for a while.
It's 40 minutes long. It's fucking awful.
But this was in one of those like, it was on one of those forums that was like Batman movies that almost happened but didn't.
Yeah, there's a bunch that almost happened. You're right. They almost made a big budget Batman Beyond movie. I have no idea if Will Smith was it. Okay, so we all agree Batman Beyond was a worthy, if not as good, successor to Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely
It's a good
helps.
successor.
It helps when you have Kevin Conroy still there
Yeah, definitely.
to help ease the process. That helps.
And Mark Hamill, obviously.
Oh.
Well, he's not. This is just movie exclusive, but yeah.
But let's use him to segue into Mark Hamill. This is the first thing we've covered with Mark Hamill in it.
I can't ever. No, it's not. Are you sure?
We didn't do Mask of the Phantasm.
You're right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. I guess it's just that we've talked about him so many times throughout all these.
Yeah.
We always talk about Mark Hamill.
Every time I've been with you guys and
Yeah.
we've done an animated one, we've mentioned Mark Hamill at least twice.
I mean, he's my favorite Joker. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Because he is the Joker.
And then when and you can't. He's not only the Joker, He's Cockknocker. And that's basically fucking Jason and Bob Joker.
Forgot about that.
Dude, awesome.
Why do they call you Cockknocker?
It kills me. In the new Jay and Silent Bob animated movie, Cockknocker shows up, and then this little like blurb pops up saying, "Sorry kids, couldn't afford Mark Hamill."
Oh.
So they used Tara Strong as
Oh.
so Cockknocker has the voice of Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls.
Actually, not right. Oh, Tara Strong's in this.
Yeah, I think she's Batgirl.
Yep. Okay. Yep. She's young Barbara Gordon. Okay.
So Mark Hamill is your definitive Joker.
In my opinion, yes. He's my favorite one.
When I read comics,
Well, that is voice acting Joker.
Yeah.
yeah, when I read comics, I hear Kevin Conroy's voice and Mark Hamill's voice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Trying to remember. Oh yeah. I was filled in on a fun fact. Turns out that. What is his name? It left my brain all of a sudden. Actor who played Dr. Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm not really a fan of Rocky Horror Picture.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about.
Sure.
The general actor. He was he played just about every baddie for a while.
Oh yeah. No, he was gonna be the Joker in this.
But then they drew the line, and he was supposed to be the animated series Joker, period. But they drew the line. They were like, "Wait, that's too creepy."
It wasn't even that. He came in. He was already doing another cartoon, and he just felt like being lazy that week. And came in and did the exact same voice for the Joker as his voice of another cartoon. So they're just kind of like, well, we kind of promised you the role, but Mark Hamill put more effort into it.
Which I don't regret.
No, brilliant move on their part.
But no.
But yeah, you're right. That guy's he does like almost all voice acting now. I can't think of his name.
But no. And then of course Mark Hamill being the definitive Joker. For me, on the other side of that, Arlene being the definitive Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I, to this day, don't read a comic with Harley in it without putting her.
Well, she is Harley Quinn. There was no Harley Quinn before her.
Yeah, but I to this day, anytime there's a new interpretation of her, I mentally put her voice in that character still, because that was just that's Harley Quinn. She's supposed to sound bright, bubbly, but still psychotic.
So he's your definitive Joker, Mark Hamill.
Yes.
As
the voice.
I don't have one. I love Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh no,
Heath Ledger.
I
love Mark Hamill. I can't pick a favorite. I just think we're blessed that in this world we have 3 perfect Jokers.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully. If he sucks, that's going to be awful because he's going to break the streak.
I don't think he's going to suck because he has literally always thrown his whole body and everything into his roles.
Yeah. I finally saw Mr. Nobody. He starved himself to film certain parts of that.
He starves himself for that. He gorges himself for fucking whatever it's called where he kills John Lennon.
Oh yeah, the biopic.
And then you've got 30 Seconds to Mars looking all fresh and sexy and shit, so it's like, whatever, you know. And then he's got Fight Club, he gets buff even though he didn't even have a fucking real role. He got his ass kicked, you know, but like...
No, he wins one fight before that.
That's true. That's true.
He's actually in a lot of that movie, he just never talks.
No, he's just angel face. That's the whole point. He's just like... When Edward Norton's like, I wanted to destroy something beautiful, and he's like, Jared Leto was too pretty. Like, is that what you're insinuating?
He's too pretty for this world. Animal. Who are some other voice actors that stand out to you in this movie? For me, it's Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins.
Oh, the Henry Rollins conversation.
It's just amazing.
Anytime Henry Rollins gets brought into anything, I'm just happy. Because, and especially the fact that he's like this pissed. I mean, he's just himself in this. I mean, that's all he is.
Yeah, it's beautiful because he's not even an actor. He's mostly not even an actor.
Right.
He's just shades of himself.
Kind of like Ron Perlman. I mean.
Yeah, Ron Perlman's reached a point where he just has one character now.
And it's Ron Perlman. But
So it's like Michael Cera. It's Michael Cera. Like.
Except for in This Is the End.
Right. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Michael Cera at all.
And that's what
but
makes it funny.
He's perfect in that. That's the best one.
But with other voice actors in this, I don't remember who his character is, but Michael Rosenbaum, who voices the Flash.
He's the Scarecrow looking Joker.
Okay, he's that. Okay.
Yeah, he's part of the Joker crew. Henry Rollins is obviously the giant buffed up one,
Well, of course.
and Rosenbaum's the one that kind of looks like the Scarecrow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. He was the perfect voice for the Flash for me.
That's still weird to me that he's the Flash and Lex Luthor. That's
I
kind of
forgot
awesome.
about Lex Luthor. I didn't watch.
Smallville's awful. It's garbage, and he's the saving grace of that program.
Eesh.
My stepsister.
He saves us. He saves us from
Stepsister.
Superman.
Okay.
He saves us from Superman in this case. On the
Yes.
performance base.
That guy's not awful. He's just not.
Yeah.
Well, no, I hate Superman. I hate Superman anyway, so that's not even saying anything in my opinion. It's saying he's not Superman.
Oh.
Holy shit! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking for that Batman Beyond movie. Almost got filmed. 10 Batman films almost happened. Dark Knight Returns. This is when he's old. I'm scrolling through a list. Schumacher was gonna adapt it, casting Clint Eastwood as fucking Batman.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
I knew I picked him for a reason.
But it didn't happen.
Aww.
That would be awesome. But,
Hollywood killing the good ideas.
Wait, who did you say was gonna do that one?
Schumacher. The Bat Nipples director. Bat Nipples on Clint Eastwood.
That would be awesome. But of the Schumacher movies, it didn't happen.
I'm gonna say this now. I think Clint Eastwood would quit as soon as he sees that suit.
Absolutely.
Just, I don't know about these. Bails.
Here it is.
Like, well, damn, there he goes.
I still wish he'd get to do Batman Triumphant. Nicolas Cage is
I've read about that. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson comes back as the Joker
Ooh.
for dream sequences, and Madonna would be Harley Quinn.
She's definitely slutty enough.
Oh.
So they were gonna make a live action, and it was gonna be written by the show creators and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then Warner went as far as in the summer of 2000, they publicly announced that they were putting the movie together, but they were busy salivating over possibilities of making a Batman Year One movie, so they put Batman Beyond on the back burner.
And then it just
Never happened, and Batman Year One never happened either until just now.
Aronofsky, the guy that did that Noah movie, he was thrown around for Year One.
Huh.
And he wanted to make this like ultra realistic, like crazy homeless man Batman.
Homeless man Batman.
Yeah.
So it'd be like basically be Rorschach.
Yeah.
I put on the back burner, and then after that, much like every single one of Zach's girlfriends from Saved by the Bell, was never seen or heard from again.
I had no idea where you were going with that joke.
That's where I was going with that.
I had zero clue. I didn't watch Saved by the Bell.
Oh, unfortunately, I had a sister who was obsessed with 80s pop culture when we were growing up for some reason, so,
Okay.
we're forced to watch it at some point.
So we covered Batman Beyond, Mark Hamill, the other standout voice actors. So you've never seen this movie. Do you expect it to be good?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, one thing that I always liked about Batman Beyond the animated series was the incorporation of like cyberpunk and like industrialization and things like that. So I mean, it's going to be cool to see it in a feature-length film, especially when I haven't even seen the show itself in like, God, probably like 5 or 6 years at least. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I do think it's going to turn out well. I mean, you can't, when you've got such a star-studded cast and such a star-studded like character cast, I mean, you got to do something good with it, you know?
Until Red Hood, this was my favorite Batman animated movie. So
That's a good thing.
I hope it holds up.
Valid, yeah, because I love Red Hood.
I've not seen this in like 5 years. So.
Which, you know, what's ironic is that you would say that this was your favorite movie until Red Hood, and in our Red Hood review, our one criticism is how they did the Joker. So it's like, there you go.
This lines up perfect.
Yeah.
Which I clearly wasn't here for the Red Hood one, but I did watch that review, and that Joker was weird.
Yeah, I mean, he's
That
just
was such
weird
weird-
looking. Like, what are they doing?
So this is a nice bounce back
Good.
for us all to look back on and be like, this is the Joker.
That Joker's just frustrating because he thinks he's doing the Jack Nicholson version, but he's not.
Right, exactly. He thinks he is.
Like I bet he's not a Batman fan.
Probably.
And I bet he watched like a clip of Jack Nicholson. They're like, do this.
Not multiple
Yeah,
clips,
it's
just the
not
one
right.
clip. Just one clip.
And
Alright, I got this.
It was the clip of him falling into the vat of acid. It wasn't even anything. It was just like.
Yeah, it wasn't even anything relevant.
Yeah.
Which
Which
is
is that.
Which is not all that dude's fault. It's also messed up that the Joker has no gimmicks in that movie. He's just a thug.
Yeah, he really is. Just, but we've already covered
Yeah,
all
we've covered
this.
that. So Brian, how does this rate up among Batman movies for you?
Just because, I mean, I grew up with the original 90s. For me, because of that, it's always going to be Mask of the Phantasm first as the animated.
I do love that one, but
I mean-
it's been even longer since I saw that one.
Well, yeah, so just because I've seen this one more recently than that one now, this is going to have to go first. Because Mask of the Phantasm has been years. So for this one, because I mean, I still go back and watch this one because the animation is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, they top-notch animation in general.
So do you expect it to hold up from like 6 months ago when you last watched it?
Haha, yes. I really do.
I'll be damned if it's.
It'll be hilarious when we do our analysis. You're like, you know what, guys? In the 25th viewing,
Fuck
it just falls apart. So many questions.
And I'm sitting there just praising it to pieces, like.
So it was your first viewing of Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, I really did. I have very few negative things to say about it. I mean, very, very few. It's a great thing to lead into with, like y'all were saying, having an old villain reappear in a new series, and also a good mixture of new villains, and how there at the end they kind of even tie into old villains. Well, the twins do at least,
Yeah.
but I mean, I really liked it. I thought it was very entertaining.
So how's this rate for the animated movies for you?
Well,
Red Hood's still number one.
still number one.
Is this 2 or is it 3?
I'm gonna have to watch Flashpoint Paradox again and then get back to you on that because I just love old pissed off
Yeah.
Punisher Batman.
I'm not gonna be able to say this is my second favorite because I do love Flashpoint, but that's not really it's not really a Batman
Not
movie.
really, yeah.
But he is the best part of it.
Yeah. As far as Batman itself, animated, probably, yeah. I would say so.
No, yeah, I thought this held up. I hadn't watched it in 5-6 years, and it's as good as I remembered. Just I thought Henry Rollins was in more of it. I didn't realize he died that fast.
Yeah.
Spoiler
That
alert.
sort of surprised me. Other than that, no, it's what I remembered. It's what I expected. How about you, Brian? Has it
It hasn't
Is it
lost.
aged?
It's a fine wine.
It hasn't lost any of its flavor.
is it better with each viewing?
Well, this whole thing, to this day, I think the best viewing of any Batman movie, animated or live action, is always going to be the first time you see it. And then after that, it's just going to,
Oh, you set a low bar with Dark Knight Rises then.
And Dark Knight, really.
But it's just a matter of that will always be the best time I ever saw this movie.
Mhm.
The best time is always going to be my first time for this one. But it hasn't lost its flavor for me.
Okay, wait. Am I this old? Did you rent this when you were young? Because I used to rent this movie.
Okay, the best way to say this using a very old sentence, I rented this at Blockbuster.
Same here. Same here.
God, that's an old sentence now.
Yeah, that'll never happen. Like 8 tracks.
You know, because
Oh no, don't jinx us. These hipster kids have cassette players now.
20 years of rentals will be vintage and Blockbuster will come back.
No, dude, no. Craziest thing I saw as I was in Oxford visiting my mother today, not even kidding you, this is a thing across from the Oxford Walmart. It says Blockbuster coming soon. They're installing computers now. There's going to be a Blockbuster.
Huh.
Who knew?
Is this like the last one?
I guess. But no,
Maybe their last stand in Oxford.
But no, I ran it once as a kid at Blockbuster, but the first time I did ever see it was when they aired it on Cartoon Network.
I almost
When
never
they did
saw it on Cartoon
all
Network.
they took when they took out that 1,000,002 ads for it, like that was the first time I watched it, and then I did rent it again as a kid when I at Blockbuster, and then I played the game on N64. Another old sentence. Wow.
Okay, so is Mark Hamill as creepy as you remembered?
Yes.
What do you think?
He's still.
How creepy was?
I really liked him in this. I mean, it was cool seeing him have a chance to maybe take it a little bit darker than usual. But I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, just seriously, like I said, I have very few negative things to say. It was cool to see him as old Joker and new Joker. Like, you know, which I guess it does with Kevin Conroy too as Batman, but. Yeah, it's just funny because it's like he hadn't really changed other than he lost his haircut. You know, he's like bald or whatever. Or not bald, but
like
buzzed.
shorts.
Yeah,
like
like
very, very
very
short. Like
close crop cut.
like he's in The Outsiders, but with a unitard.
Yeah, I don't like the unitard.
Yeah.
Somehow that just went right by
The
me before.
jumpsuit thing was weird.
Other than that, no, he was as creepy as I remembered. As a kid, I felt like he cussed a couple more times, but I guess that was just in my head.
Yeah.
Your brain added those cuss words
Yeah,
to
I
make it more
guess
interesting,
so.
give it some more flavor.
Yeah. But yeah, this is nice. I guess this is the darkest Mark Hamill got to go until the Arkham game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
till those.
So that
Yeah, for me, he did some amazing stuff. My favorite part with Mark Hamill involved is still the way they did the transition from Tim Drake's voice actor's laugh and cackle, the transition they did vocally from him into Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah, that is.
I
cool.
still thought that was really cool. That's always been something very cool to me, was the transition from one to the other, which was, it was almost seamless transfer, which was remarkable for the 90s.
That's some good to talk about. So me and you knew that was coming. Were you shocked when they went all like Guantanamo Bay on Robin and brainwashed him?
Yeah, I mean that was definitely something I did not see coming with the whole. I mean, I've never even it's weird, I guess, because when I read Batman extended universe or whatever, if you will, it's Batman and not Batman Beyond. And I never read into that story arc, and I was just like, holy shit, like that really kind of captivated me for a second. It was cool. It was a cool little plot twist.
It was a twist. Yeah, see that when you asked about the creepy factor, that is still
that's
the creepiest part.
Yeah.
Is
When you
little
see him the first time.
Tim Drake, Joker Jr.
Just all out of his head everywhere, just laughing, just insanely.
Not even talking,
Yeah.
just
Well,
cackling.
to me, what's even is almost as creepy. It's just how nonchalant Harley Quinn is about it. Because you know she's crazy, but you know she is a psychiatrist. She's not as crazy as the Joker.
Right.
And she's gotten to this point where she's like, we just did it.
Yeah, we just brainwashed this kid.
It's
and
just a thing.
just whatever, you know. Yeah, that's right.
Because the Joker's he's all excited as can be, and she's just kind of worried about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's one of those things where when you're with somebody long enough, you just kind of get used to that crap. You're just like, eh. Like it's one of those moments. It's like, another day. Just same shit every day. I'm just gonna do this.
Yesterday's brainwashing kids. Whatever.
Like you just
J in England or Y.
yeah, like you just become kind of, you know, nonchalant. You just kind of become sort of indifferent to the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now, how do you like her joke about, why can't we just do this the natural way?
no, she was against the natural way. Like
Oh, you think so?
the way she said the line, it felt more
No,
like she
I
was
think she-
against
No,
natural
I think
childbirth.
she's annoyed that she couldn't that they couldn't have.
So they
sex
had
with the
to,
baby.
yeah, that they had to adopt.
And for some reason, I don't know why I'm thinking, my brain's thinking this far ahead, but in that moment where they do the whole bit about adoption, after Batman cuts himself loose with a knife,
Yeah.
does anybody else notice that he went for the kill shot on the Joker there?
Oh yeah.
He threw a
absolutely.
freaking knife at his
At his
head, like he
face,
went for
yeah.
the kill shot.
Yeah.
He went for it.
Yeah, no, he might have killed him if Robin hadn't.
Yeah.
How about this though? I think this is the most physically intimidating Joker Mark Hamill's ever done.
Yeah.
Because you know he kind of beat Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, past Joker and future Joker did it both. Well, future Joker started to, and then Batman got the one up, but past Joker did get the victory
when
psychologically.
he fights Bruce Wayne, if Robin had chose to kill Bruce Wayne, that would have been it. He would have actually beaten Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have even all been through tricks and whatnot. Batman was trying to decide whether to kill him or not, and then he just pulls out his knife, and that's it. There's no more fight left in Batman.
Yeah. But no, I mean, you know, obviously the Joker lost the physical battle because he got buried 6 feet under. But he definitely won the psychological battle.
Absolutely.
He definitely won that.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, he got the win there because it's, oh, yeah, I mean, look at this. I morphed and twisted one of your little friends and turned him to my side for a minute, so.
Okay, so this is an animated show. They couldn't touch the Jason Todd thing, I guess. So is this as impactful?
It's definitely up there for me.
It's definitely up there. I mean, for sure. But my whole thing with future Joker is like he's like, okay, so I have this by day Tim Drake, by night like Joker, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on, and it's all existed the last 40 years because of this microchip on my neck that has never come off in the shower under any weird situation ever. No one's ever noticed it. My wife and 2 kids have never been like, Daddy, why is there a microchip on your neck? Like,
Well, it looks like a mole.
That's
looks
a
like a
very
mole.
metallic mole on your neck.
yeah, I mean, that's just kind of out there to me. But I mean, it's a good story.
Yeah.
If that, I guess nowadays it would have been some kind of weird like genetic DNA implantation, which would have made tremendous more sense. But still, it works. With the whole cyber steampunk
the
thing. I
90s.
guess. Yeah, it's the 90s.
We glazed over a
Yeah.
lot of that in the 90s.
Now, what do you think about his totally Dr. Evil plot about I'm going to take control of the satellite to do stuff with? Like, what's his plan exactly?
Death Ray on
On Gotham to
On
kind of
Bruce,
remind
yeah.
everyone who's in charge.
Wayne Manor, and then
That's just weird because there's no joke to it. It's just I'm going to
pure destruction.
I'm going to destroy Gotham with a satellite.
Well, he was going to do it in this form of a smiley face.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did show that.
He did show that.
That was kind of the plan. The
Okay,
plan
I
was
didn't
kind
catch
of
that. I was a little in and out toward the end.
Yeah, no, that he was gonna do it all in the form of a
Okay,
smiley
okay,
face. So,
it's justified now.
yeah, so mass destruction. But hey, I drew a
Smiley
smiley.
face.
Do it with a smile.
I did it with a perfect smiley face. But well, and I think it is also a fact of this is his comeback. He's not about the gags again yet. In that case, it was supposed to be kind of like remind everybody, hey, I'm in charge. And then the gags would have come again later, but he didn't get a chance to get to the gags later.
No.
Because he lost again.
So,
Foiled by a boy and his dog.
so did, Did new Batman in this finally step up as a detective?
Oh, for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Did you figure it out before he did?
Yes.
You did.
I personally did. I feel like I definitely did. But as a detective, I think not so much. As Batman, as a masked vigilante crime fighter, absolutely. I mean, the whole, it's awesome to see his newer gadgets in this one, and like, I forget, I had forgotten how his batarangs were like more rounded, so that makes more sense, and like a frisbee, like a disc dynamic, and it'd fly more straight than just some random thing. Well, it's not random, but it's more like boomerang stuff that's gonna come back versus something that's going towards a point. But and the cloaking, that's all really cool. But
Magnum Boots is one of my favorite gadgets he got.
yeah, he got so many more cool gadgets and everything. But I don't know.
Well, and it probably helps me for the context of seeing the show and having the show to watch is because when I bought this, I bought it alongside the complete series, like a good 3 years back now. And I was kind of wondering chronologically where I needed to insert this into my watching experience. And they said somewhere between season 1 and 2, insert this in. And so this definitely marks a turning point for Terry, kind of showing a bit more of him being better at being a detective. Because season 1, he is terrible at it. He is terrible at the detective end. That's all Bruce.
He's just a weapon, and Bruce points.
Yeah, that's all Bruce. But after this, in season 2-ish, he gets better at his own thing of being a detective. He gets better at it.
He never gets his father's killer caught, does he?
Well, that whole thing was like a conspiracy of different people, and he gets them all eventually.
I just don't remember a radioactive man looking dude ever like actually getting arrested.
Oh yeah, no. He pretty much dies, or he becomes unalive by being sunk in a submarine.
That always threw me off, whether that killed him or not. Because once it becomes radioactive man, can you drown?
I mean, you can seal him and lock him up in a, thermonuclear sub that he can't get out of, and then bury that at the bottom of the ocean. So,
I guess I don't know.
Permanent prison?
I just didn't feel like that episode definitively showed that he died.
Yeah, no, but
So I always expect him to pop back up.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, you can always perma prison somebody. I'm gonna trademark that though. Perma prison. What Batman tries to do to all his villains never works.
And I guess I knew this before, but this just really amused me watching this, that being Batman is a job in this movie.
Yeah.
Terry McGinnis, he has a
He actually
salary,
gets paid,
he has health benefits,
Yep.
it is a job.
Yeah.
Batman's a legitimate job now.
Like right when Bruce is like, Terry, you're done, and he's dancing with a girlfriend, he's like, you've got me all the time, but I'm gonna have less money.
It's that
insinuating like, okay, well, Batman's done for the time, so.
And I wanted an extra scene because his dad's dead, so it's single mom taking care of 2 kids. Where she's like, oh my god, what are we gonna do without the second income?
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Well, they were over. I mean, she has a job, and then I think part of it is they were also, kind of living off the life insurance policy. That was a small helping part too, but I don't know. I don't know what the plan is from there. Thankfully, got his job back in the end, right?
Yeah.
I want to know what it pays to be Batman. This really bothers me now.
Well,
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne pays
Minimum
for
wage or like, is it contract?
Yeah, because unless Terry has a secret bank account, none of these characters know, but it can't pay that much, or else everybody will get suspicious.
Right.
So what's the perfect medium? Does being Batman pay as much as being like a store manager? Because that's kind of sad.
Well,
That's a good point there, it really is.
Remembering correctly, I think it's a matter of Terry gets a little bit of his own money, but most of it is funneled towards helping his mother pay for everything. I think that's part of the arrangement. I mean, I know Terry and his mom and everybody are all covered under health benefits, though, so. Oh, Miss McGinnis, we see you have the bat care plan. What
The bat care plan, yeah.
I just like this that he has to file on his taxes. Bruce Wayne's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean,
and then the accountant's like, wow, you make nothing for being a bodyguard, or it's like, oh my god, you're the highest paid bodyguard in the state.
He has the Batman credit card from the
Yeah,
fucking
yes.
Schumacher.
oh god, not the platinum. Not the platinum bat card. That should have been a screaming answer of who Batman is in this town. That was my biggest problem with that movie. As soon as he pulled out a card with a bat symbol on it, it's like,
Yeah.
well, he's Batman.
It's hooked up to a Swiss bank account that's untraceable. that really does not bother me that much. Like, of all the stupid shit in that movie, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, that can make sense.
You
Does it
can
bug
you
you?
can actually do that.
Does it bug you less than bat nipples?
Bat nipples bug me.
I can't decide if they really bug me that much or not.
You guys should know by now. Every time you mention
I don't know,
Schumacher, I'm gonna bring those nipples
I
up.
don't know. I
Oh, yeah.
wrestled in
It's
high school. The
hilarious.
metal body does not gross me out anymore.
It's not that it grosses me out, it's just that, like, if you're gonna have a suit that's supposed to strike fear and intimidation and then you put nipples on it, like, come on.
That's
man.
what I'm
Okay,
saying.
what bugs me more is not the nipples, is that. So the idea is this suit so skin tight that his nipples bulge through. Yet neither of these actors are buff enough to have that six pack.
Right, yeah.
Valid.
So like, if this was Christian Bale, it wouldn't bother me at all.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Now, really quick on the subject of costumes, though, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for me personally. I love a lot of Batman suits. As a kid growing up, Terry McGinnis had the coolest looking suit.
Oh, his definitely looks the coolest. It's just weird to me that he's like the Iron Batman with
Yeah.
like the computer in the helmet.
Yeah, basically.
And
He's like Iron Batman with Spider-Man's little, like,
Yeah.
web, like, wing things that he had randomly.
oh, back in the day, yeah, that old
Glider,
Spidey.
like, web wing things.
Yeah, those were old first appearance kind of thing going.
But yeah, no, his suit definitely looks the coolest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think his suit is cool enough to where, like, in the Arkham games, like, my goal every time was, what do I have to do to get that suit unlocked to play in?
Actually, my favorite suit's
And I
Azrael's.
complete it.
Actually, my favorite suit's Azrael's.
Azrael's is badass.
I don't remember that one.
In the comics, it's. Do you know what War Machine looks like? It's basically a War Machine meets Batman.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Well, it's funny because the point was it wasn't cool. Like, the whole Dark Knight thing, the whole Azrael character, that was the writers trolling the readers, being like, okay, we'll give you the Punisher Wolverine hybrid you want, and we're just gonna laugh at you the whole way. And you weren't supposed to like it, but I actually like it.
Okay. Alright.
We're not really talking about this movie that much. I guess because there's not a whole lot to bitch about with this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have nothing to complain about.
It's just solid. Like, well, what do you rate it?
I would definitely give it at least an 8 out of 10, 8.5, for sure.
I'll second that.
It's a great little
Yeah.
animated flick. I'm kind of wondering, now that we're looking at this menu, where that whole bat crossbow thing, what that is.
Huh.
Oh, no. That's some. I think it's like some concept art early on of having the batarang shoot out the wrist.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, but for me, obviously 8 or 9 on the scale, though. Definitely enough to where when they had this kind of momentum going, I really would have liked to have seen like a 3rd season for this show happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I did some heavy digging in my more recent years, actually knowing how to dig through the internet and try and find stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd gotten a 3rd season, because they'd had all this concept art released for a new Batgirl and a new Nightwing to come in. So they had that whole thing they were going to launch into, and wishing that I had got to see that, because that would have been kind of cool. But
Well, you got Justice League instead. You don't think that was a fair trade?
it was an okay trade, but at the same time, I mean, the whole like Justice League Unlimited, that was all supposed to be like before this kind of thing. This is later years, because there is an episode of this where he meets the new Justice League.
There's an episode of Justice League Unlimited where they made Batman Beyond. Actually, the conclusion to Batman Beyond is in Justice League Unlimited. Do you know?
I didn't watch enough Justice League.
Oh, you don't know the secret origin of Terry McGinnis? Oh, I thought you were a completionist.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I gotta ruin this for you.
Don't ruin this.
No, it's laughably bullshit. Do you want to know? Oh, I don't care if you want to know. I'm gonna tell you because we're on camera. Terry McGinnis is a clone of Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
How does that work out?
Okay, so
His dad worked on genetics. That actually, okay, I'm okay with that.
Cadmus, the corporation that uses the Suicide Squad,
Oh,
they decide
okay.
they decide that in whatever year this is. Well, they notice when they notice Batman's getting old and whatnot, and they think Gotham's always going to need Batman. So just in case, let's they know who Bruce Wayne is somehow. I don't know how. I don't remember how. But so they get a sample of his blood or whatever, and they decide to make their own Batman, and that's Terry McGinnis. And even down to Terry McGinnis losing his dad was part of the conspiracy to make a new Batman.
Huh.
And then when they mention in this something about him losing his dad, they say it's all part of a conspiracy, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, and I was gonna say, I mean, his dad worked in genetics, so
Yeah, that's right.
So if anything, you telling me
That's
that, not a surprising at this point then.
Yeah.
So that's oddly enough not that surprising.
I don't know. The internet bitches about that story, which aren't. I don't know.
When does the internet not find something to bitch about?
That's pretty cool, actually.
Oh,
Works for
we
me.
were talking about this the other day.
And you mentioned
Occasionally stupid things like the new Lex Luthor. The internet seems to like.
Oh,
that
that's
idea.
where we're gonna support things. Oh, don't get me started on that again.
Okay, so what's some little
and you mentioned the
factoids?
You mentioned the Suicide Squad. I thought,
Mhm.
are you talking about Argus? Because Cadmus does cloning, but then Argus.
Oh,
is who
you're
Suicide
right.
Squad
I'm
works
saying
for.
it. I just said Argus because of Arrow. It's Cadmus.
Okay.
Also, it's mixed up because I believe in Justice League Unlimited, the Black Lady, what's her name?
Amanda Waller.
Waller. In Justice League, she runs Cadmus, and in Arrow, she runs Argus.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and like I was saying, isn't a Batman Beyond episode where you meet the Justice League? Funny thing is, it's the same Superman.
Yeah.
'Cause he doesn't
He's gonna live forever. You've read Red Sun.
Exactly. He just doesn't age at all.
Yeah, he gets like 45 to where he gets great temples, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's what happens in Batman Beyond. I mean, Bruce Wayne tells Terry he's like meets Superman, and
I
then
love
Terry's
that
like,
he's mind controlled that whole episode.
oh yeah, the
That's
little
an awesome
star
twist.
things
Yeah,
again.
Starro.
Oh, God, those things always
Starro
cause
the
trouble.
Conqueror.
I do love how Harley Quinn's granddaughters seem
Yeah,
to
that's a funny way. To
Yeah.
do it.
not even purposely kind of followed in Granny's footsteps.
Yeah, I want to know if they know she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, maybe that's a whole side story we don't know about. They're definitely not as weapon as obsessed as she was.
No.
They're more, I'm gonna kick you and punch you.
Yeah.
Not as much of, oh hey, here's a bazooka. Which, I mean, let's face it, in the 90s anime series, that one had an obsession with bazookas.
Oh yeah, and the hammer.
Oh, God, not the
I
hammer.
actually even had the hammer in this. This whole time I've been thinking the hammer's a modern thing.
Mhm.
Which I'm kind of upset the hammer didn't appear when we had that flashback sequence.
She had it at some point. in
Yeah, I was
this
about to say.
movie.
I feel like I saw it at some
I
point.
saw it at some point in this.
Kind of, she flung a chair, almost flung a rock, and had the bazooka.
No, she didn't. I think she knocked out Robin with a hammer.
Oh, okay, yeah, she
Yeah.
did. She knocked him out with a hammer.
You're right. She didn't fight Batgirl with a hammer though.
Yeah. Which is a little upsetting. Kind of wish that had happened. I mean, although during that flashback sequence, one of my favorite questions arises: what did Batman grapple onto?
That's always. a
I'm
question
going
in
to keep
animated
asking
series.
this.
It's
He's-
like Spider-Man. You
Yeah.
can't question it.
Yeah, it's just
I
something.
want to though.
In fact, actually, with Batman, it's worse because in Spider-Man books, you occasionally get a joke like, "Oh, I'm in Central Park now. I have to chase after him."
Yeah.
That's true.
Which some of my favorite Spidey moments happen like that. He accidentally lands there, like he's chasing a villain. He lands and then all of a sudden he's like, oh crap.
There's one book where he ends up in the suburbs and he just has to run everywhere.
Oh god. See, I feel bad for heroes like Spider-Man and Batman both like that. It's like, I mean, you put them in the suburbs or in the woods, it's like,
On the beach.
oh, I'm in trouble. I don't think Batman would go anywhere near a beach even on accident.
Mm.
Like, I think it's...
You need to read Kevin Smith Batman. There's a funny bit where he's on the beach.
Oh, God. Oh,
That's
man.
a pedophilia joke.
Oh.
Aquaman accuses him of it.
Oh.
The censors took it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I wanna wrap this up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, clearly we haven't been able to say much about it because we don't have a lot to complain about.
How would we wrap this up?
Okay. You can't pick one, I know that, but top 2 Jokers.
I mean, it's dude. Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger. I have to say. I mean, Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger are very, very closely tied. But the reason why I still say Heath Ledger is because, literally, I feel like if Jack Nicholson had been that age in this era doing that role, it would have been way better.
Yeah.
But his portrayal of the Joker was done in a time when censorship was higher and cinematics weren't as, I don't know, computer generated, animated. You could have as much budget and things. So it's, a little bit of a drawback. Comically, it's more canon, I feel, Jack Nicholson's.
Yeah. Because he did have more of the gimmicks that the Joker
Mhm.
traditionally would have. He had the laughing gas, he had that kind of stuff going.
The shot,
Right.
Joy buzzer.
Yeah. Which, there are little things like that I wish Heath Ledger had had.
I don't think I do.
That should be how Jared Leto turns into Joker in Suicide Squad, is like he falls into a chamber full of laughing gas and you just have Jack Nicholson's like chin just
Oh.
that would be funny. But yeah, I mean
I want a flashback where Jack Nicholson's his granddad.
that would be cool.
So I want Jack Nicholson to do one more Joker related thing before he dies.
I don't know if you will, because Jack Nicholson told Heath Ledger, dude, you don't know what you're getting yourself into with this role. And he didn't, clearly.
Oh.
And somehow Jack Nicholson got through it, but then he went to The Shining, so I guess it's not like he ever really got through it. But,
I don't know, but 89 Batman was like his biggest payday ever.
yeah.
True.
Okay, you guys said the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger.
Cesar Romero, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Just so we can be across the board, I'll agree.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yay! What have we won?
I don't know. I
Little
really,
victories.
I really like Jack Nicholson. I'm tempted to argue he's better than Mark Hamill, but I'm not. Because I won't win.
There's not really an argument there because they're just two totally different entities. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
comparing Bruce
Actually,
and Terry McGinnis.
I think you could actually compare them two.
I mean, obviously.
Because Mark Hamill's just a more subdued version of Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I meant Heath Ledger and
Yeah,
Nicholson,
yeah.
not Mark Hamill. But yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Heath Ledger is just two across the spectrum to compare to.
Yeah.
I think Mark Hamill and Jack Nicholson. Are
Yes,
close
you
enough.
could compare them. Yeah.
Like in this movie, Mark Hamill only killed like 2 people in this movie. No, he killed 1.
He kills Henry Rollins, and well, he doesn't really kill Robin. He just
Not really.
brainwashes him. So
Okay, never mind. Jack Nicholson has a way higher body count.
yeah,
Yeah, so does Heath Ledger though. Those two have the highest body counts out of all our Jokers.
Oh, definitely. I was just trying to say, in this movie, Mark Hamill's closer to Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
He only killed 1 person, so never mind.
But how many people has Mark Hamill as the Joker killed across his career?
If you're counting the Arkham games, I'm pretty sure it's pretty high, but I'm not much of a gamer.
Okay, well then, and we have had this one as part of the route here. We've had this question before and for Lloyd now with Terry McGinnis in the mix. Rankings of Batman. I made him think.
What do you mean by that? Like,
Fact.
as far as comic characters who have donned the cowl, or like actors,
Who have
characters
donned the cowl?
I mean, in that sense, Bruce is still my favorite. I mean, but Terry McGinnis is badass, but I mean, it's still really cool to see Azrael when he turns into Batman, and because he takes it on a whole new little thing.
Oh yeah, Punisher Batman.
I mean, yeah, he's like not taking shit, you know. It's cool to see Thomas Wayne as Batman, you know. I gotta go with that.
Yeah, I'll go with Thomas as my favorite, other than Bruce.
I like Russian under Stalin's purge Batman, the Red Sun, a whole lot actually.
See, I've never seen the Red Sun stuff. I don't know any of that.
You
What
gotta
you're
read
talking
that.
Yeah, it's a book. You gotta
V
read
for
it.
Batman.
V for Batman, basically, yeah. B for Batman.
Oh god. Well, thankfully I work at a bookstore, so I could try.
Yeah,
We should make like a really shitty, low budget B for Batman movie. just like totally not even trying to be serious about it, just being fun, but make it like that crossover. That'd be hilarious.
Oh,
Oh
I'll lend you Red Sun if they don't have it at work.
god. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they have it there.
I'm
They-
pretty sure we
You
have.
should pick it up.
have
It's
to.
really good.
It's like the only good Superman graphic novel.
Basically, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
only one that I like, at least.
There's Death of Superman and there's that, and this is better than Death of Superman.
Well, I'm pretty sure we have it. I mean, I got to help set up a whole fixture of graphic novels and comics, and in the process, I found out we have My Little Pony: Friendship is Forever. So I'm sure we have.
This isn't a
Red
Brony
Sun.
podcast. I want to hear about it.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
So I'm sure we have it.
This was like within like a week and a half of Christmas. I saw it there.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. So I'm sure we do.
So,
The end.
that's the
Yeah.
quick
I
read.
mean, hey.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
There you go. That's the closer.
And I'm Rick Tamlin.
I don't know any characters.
Fantana. Brian Fantana.
What he said.
And I'm Brian Fantana. No, I'm Fantana. He's